Chicago Restaurant Week is a celebration of our vibrant food scene with deals across Chicagoland taking place January 24th through February 9th. Almost 500 restaurants participating in this. And of course, we got to bring in our friend Jen White, content creator, influencer. You know her as It's Me, Jen White on Instagram. Jen, it's so great to see you. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you for having me. This is year 2 of us doing this. I love this.
This is year 2. And, I just want to say I am so proud of you. Congratulations just on how your platforms have grown. I mean, of course, I watch you all the time, but, just since the last time that we've talked, like, it's just exploded. I'm just so proud of you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'm so glad that, well, it brought us together and we met because of
and we met that way. Yeah,
amazing.
exactly. Because people want to know about, like, the things you're wearing, the makeup you're wearing, the places you're going, suggestions, obviously, love advice. But we're here to talk food and beverage. I mean, this is a wonderful
Which I
time.
also love to talk about. So,
which we also love to talk about. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I know. I'm so excited. Chicago Restaurant Week, I've had the chance, as you mentioned, I'm an influencer. So I've had the chance to visit quite a few restaurants already. And tried their Restaurant Week menu, and I have a couple more on the list. So I'm excited to talk about our faves.
Yeah, let's go ahead and start at the beginning. So brunch and lunch, $30. That's what you're going to find on these, preset menus. Dinner's going to be $45 or $60. When you go into the restaurants, you don't necessarily have to do that menu, but it's a set, pre-thought out menu. If you want to go ahead and check out some of their best selections on there. So I think it's a wonderful time, whether you do it or not, just to go ahead and check out our restaurants. And maybe your favorite spot you haven't visited in a while, or maybe check out a new place.
Totally agree. And I love that there's lunch and brunch and dinner options. So if you are downtown doing some shopping and you're like, let's grab brunch, there's so many restaurants doing that. Speaking of, Tavern on Rush is somewhere I went for a Restaurant Week. They're doing a $30 lunch. So if you haven't been there yet, I don't know have you been to the new Tavern?
I have not been there. That's on my list. I'm planning to go there for Restaurant Week.
It is a massive space. I will just tell you that. It is stunning. The food is incredible. And for $30 to eat at Tavern on Rush for lunch, that's a deal. That's like a really big deal. And it's like classic items like, they have like their burger on the menu. They have some pasta. They have a bunch of different options, kind of like if you're vegetarian, pescatarian, all the options on there for you.
That is amazing. Because like, what is your strategy? Do you look into like a neighborhood that you love and you're like, let's find the best deals? Do you try to hit spots that everyone's talking about? Do you try to go back to some old favorites? Like, what do you kind of look for as far as like, I got to plan out my Restaurant Week?
I like a blend. So I'm a big fan of, what are the tried and true? So Tavern on Rush, obviously they weren't open for like a little while, but they're back open. I want to see what's up. I am going to Charlie Martin's on Saturday for their Restaurant Week menu. I've never been to the restaurant, and I thought what a great way to taste their options is to, like you were saying, best of the best, like their shrimp cocktail on the menu. They have, oh my God, there's so many delicious items. And I'm like, okay, I want to try the best of the best, experience it. And so, yeah, I guess it's a blend. As far as neighborhood, I live in the West Loop. It makes it easier. I can go for a little walk and go to a restaurant. So it makes it nice, but it's really like a blend of places I haven't been and then tried and true that, are staples.
That are staples. Yeah, Charlie Martin, I mean, such a beautiful spot for, whether it's date night, meeting up for some cocktails. Wonderful, menu right there too. I mean, just if you look at all their Instagrams of your choices, like, these are all wonderful.
They have like a pork chop on there.
Yeah.
They have like the Restaurant Week menu, not just like their general menu. Rigatoni alla vodka. I am really excited. I'm not a big dessert person. Like if you look at my content, you'll see that I don't really I don't love chocolate, which I know sounds crazy. They have a cheesecake on there and a chocolate mousse. So I feel like when I go there, we can order one of each, which is also another one of my favorite things about Restaurant Week is when you go to these restaurants with, even if you just go with one person, there's multiple options. So you can actually kind of try everything on the menu as long as your friends are willing to share, which mine are. We love doing family style. So it's a really nice option. So I'll be trying one of pretty much everything.
Yeah, and that's the same way too, because when I love to go out to eat, especially with my close friends, everybody loves to share. I think we could make everything like tapas. It doesn't matter if it's not tapas, it's like, no, we're all taking little pieces and we're all sharing everything.
1,000,000%. I just got back from lunch at Le Grand Boucherie for their Restaurant Week, and it's just assumed. We're like, yep, it's tapas, family style, whatever you want to call it. I also went to Bistronomic the other night for their Restaurant Week. Have you been there?
One of my favorite spots in Chicagoland. One of my favorite spots.
Underrated, like not talked about enough.
Yeah.
Their deal, they're doing the $45 dinner. So I was talking to the woman, the hostess, and she's like, it's worth $75. She's like, I did the math. And I'm like, well, it is delicious. The ambiance is incredible. I mean, and then the wine. Like I had a Côte de Rhone. I mean, like, because when in France,
When the
literally.
friends, yeah.
But their food is so delicious. And at $45, like if you want to try that place or you're always wondering, like you're in the Gold Coast area, like, did I just pass a French restaurant? Go in there, try the restaurant week to get a taste of what they have.
Yeah, that's a wonderful spot to check. And I also love their brunch as well too. So if you have a chance to go
Oh, I
check
haven't
out,
done that
yeah,
yet.
uh,
Oh,
it is
I'm in.
so. And obviously, when you're right there, then you can do some shopping and maybe go to some theater. I mean, there's plenty of opportunities. It's a great meeting spot right there, Bistronomic. Huge fan here.
Yes. Yeah. So what about you? What are you doing? I think you're doing experiences, right?
I'm doing experiences. So I looked at the menu and I also looked at like maybe the reasons for to get somebody to enjoy this, especially I think like it's January, it's cold, people are not maybe don't want to leave their house.
Cold,
yeah.
cold, not just like a little cold. We've had some weather.
And you know what? Teatro Zanzani, it's been here for quite some time. They're doing a dinner menu along with the show, which I
Can
think
we
is
just talk about the show?
yeah.
Because that is one of my all-time favorite experiences in
Yeah.
Chicago. If you haven't been to it, like check it out. It's dinner and a show, but you also don't have to do the dinner part, right? You can like swap it out. You can choose one or the other.
So here's the thing is that they're doing some crossover because it's Chicago Theater Week
Okay.
starting February 6th. February 6th through the 16th. And if you want to just see the show, it's $30. You don't get that meal, but for $60, you get the meal and the show. So
that's a steal. Yeah. This is one of the I felt like I was in Vegas.
Yeah.
It is such an incredible production. I've seen it once. I would see it again. And I also love the way they course out the meals when you're viewing the show. Like they have like little breaks so you don't have to like eat while you're necessarily like watching the show. The performers are incredible. And the fact that they're a part of Restaurant Week is so cool.
And it's also, and not every show, is exactly timed away, but it's like a 2.5 hour, 3 hour experience. So it's not like 90 minutes in and out. Like you're getting a full date night, a dinner and a show.
You really are. It's incredible.
And the other thing too that I love is anytime I can get out on the river, and out on the water, because obviously the summertime is the best time to be out there. But City Cruises is part of Chicago Restaurant Week. They're doing a lunch menu for $30 and a dinner menu for $60. Of course, you got to tack on a couple little like administrative fees, so it comes out to $42 and $82 a ticket. But to be able to get a meal and to get a 2-hour boat ride, I'm in.
I never say no to a boat.
Yeah.
It could be, like you just don't, whatever time of year, well, you want to be outdoors. You're indoors on this one. And I just love that again, is another alternative to, yes, of course, we love going to restaurants, but you add in a show, you add in going on a boat. Yeah. How fun.
That's even another one too is Lou Malnati's. They're doing their dine-in specials at 5 different locations, but it is a medium-sized appetizer, a pizza. You have a couple of different options for a big entree or a large pizza, and dessert. I think this is wonderful. For families who maybe want to enjoy this. You might have younger kids who may not be as adventurous with going out to eat. You might have people in their 20s who maybe budget wise have maybe not be able to experience the other things. That's a great way to split it. I mean, if you split it 4 ways, $15 a person. That's
and if you have like friends or family in from out of town, everyone wants to go for deep dish pizza.
Yeah.
What a cost-effective way to go and try, Lou Malnati's. That's amazing.
Oh, exactly. And I'm a big barbecue fan. So Smoke Daddy at Wicker Park and in Lakeview, they have a lunch menu, a dinner menu. It includes a beer for dinner.
That's so nice. I feel like that's not a lot of places don't offer a beverage. That's really nice.
A lot of them, like Beatrix does it for their menu, where they will offer that. Tuca and Blondie also does a margarita for their thing as well too. But I saw it more like in previous years where they're not really including cocktails so much in the menu. But I think when I'm looking for appetizer, entree, dessert, at least kind of getting some sense of a value, to those deals.
Definitely. And like, again, don't skip out on the brunches and lunches.
Yeah.
Like, I know you're like, okay, $30 for lunch. Like, what are you really? But they are, don't eat breakfast, right? Just like skip right to lunch.
Yeah.
Like you said, if you're, shopping downtown, you're stopping to Bistronomic, all these other places, Tavern on Rush, all of that. pop in for a late lunch and do
Yeah.
the restaurant week menu.
One other one that I wanted to mention was a place right by you, Athena in Greektown.
I love it. I love Athena.
Yeah.
I'm very close to that, as you know.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. I mean, Greek food is some of my faves.
There is also, it's not part of the restaurant week menu, but I'm just going to give a shout out just since you mentioned you're not a big fan of chocolate and you love cheesecake. They have a baklava cheesecake, which I believe is my favorite dessert in Chicago.
Okay, well, I'll be there very shortly. I love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. It is on their menu. I split it with 4 people, but I was like, I really want one. I'm going to come back and just order one just for myself because it is that delicious. I think that's hands down my favorite dessert.
All right, I'll meet you there. We can each order our own.
Yeah, we'll each order our own and we can chat about that.
Yeah.
Do you want to mention Niso's as well too?
Yes, so I'm going to be going to Niso's Prime on Sunday. I'm going to be trying out their menu. It looks really great. I actually haven't had a chance to eat there. I did go when it was Niso's Mediterranean, but then, they swapped, what was it? Oh my gosh, almost like a year and a half ago or something to Niso's Prime. And I am very much looking forward to trying out their menu. It's in my neighborhood. It's a classic. We know the ambiance is incredible, and I'm looking forward to trying the food.
And then, last thing I just wanted to go ahead and say is make sure you're getting those reservations, whether you do an open table or you go on their website, because not only is it a busy time for restaurant week, a lot of people are taking advantage of these deals. So if you want to do prime time on the weekends or on, Friday nights, make sure you make those
Honestly, any
reservations.
night.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I was at Trivoli last night and weekday night, and you needed a reservation. Like, we walked in, sat at the bar, but yeah, you definitely need reservations, especially for restaurant week.
Jen, you're the best. Thank you so much for your time today. EatItUpChicago.com. Go ahead and check out almost 500 restaurants that are taking part of Chicago Restaurant Week. Of course, kicking off January 24th, running all the way through February 9th. Thank you so much for your time today. And we're going to go try that cheesecake, okay?
Oh, we definitely are. And thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.